Hi, this is Marie, World Peas Knits, episode 9. And I've been out for a while. I had kind of lost my voice. I got really sick. This man at the gym coughed on me, and he made me really sick. And so I just got my voice back this week, this last week, earlier. And so I thought I would go ahead and podcast again. I'm feeling much better now. And so I'll just jump right into my works in progress. The first bag that I have 2 projects in is my Snoopy bag. And this is a project bag that I made about 2 years ago. It's just a little drawstring kind of bag. And then it has a little yellow lining inside. So, and the first project that I have on the needles is this Knit Picks Felici in the Tea Party colorway, and it has a 5 color repeat on it. And here you go. Ooh, let's see, it's a little bright here, but there's just a slight difference between this color and this color. And, I'd asked someone else to look at it. I have kind of a blue-green color blindness issue. And so I have trouble sometimes seeing the difference between them. But there is a slight difference, I guess, between those 2 stripes. So, and it kind of just looks like a fat, stripe in between these. So that's, I guess, how it is. It was dyed. And I feel like I heard someone else say that on their podcast. So that was the first project in that bag. And then the second one was Opal, and the colorway is called Thelma, and it's a German yarn. And I had ordered that while I was out sick. I ordered that in another type of yarn, and I'll show you that one later. This one is on my Knitter's Pride's carbons, size 2, 2.75, and this is my standard vanilla sock, 64 stitches, and then and the 2.75 carbons is the needle. I think I said that already. And so I put in my afterthought right there. Yep. And I like this colorway. It's kind of fun to see all the colors come up. Okay, so those 2 projects were in that Snoopy bag. And then the next project that I've been working on was my snowman bag. And inside of the snowman bag, I was working on the Arnie and Carlos Starry Night colorway. And then this one, I got the first sock done except for the heel. And then this one is also one of my standard vanilla socks with 64 stitches, and then and I'm going to do the afterthought heel right there. And then I'm on the second sock, and this is also on my Knitter's Pride Carbons needles. I really do like these needles. So here we go. So I'm on my second sock. Right there. Oh, I'm just ready to put in my afterthought, it looks like. Okay. And I worked on those. And then the next item that I worked on was in my Hello Kitty flannel bag by Jen from Pitaloop. And in there, I was working on my my Serenity. I'm sorry, it looks like a little messy. My Serenity sock base from Deborah Norville, like a big box store yarn. And then the colorway is Chili 10407. And I finished the first sock in this set. And then here's my afterthought right there. And then the second sock is right here. Oops. So I'm on my second sock of that one also. And this one I'm using also my Knitter's Pride Carbons, and I'm doing vanilla socks, Afterthought heel pattern. 2.75 are my needles. And then I had my Crazy Zauberball in there. I did some work on it. This one I had on my signature needles, and it kept sliding off. So I put these little, so this is my Crazy Zauberball. Let me just show it to you. And it's colorway 1699. And this one I put on these little, it's like a holder for the needles. And I got it a long time ago online. I think I had saw it on another podcast, maybe like the Knit Girls. Or actually, you know what? I think it was Knitting in Circles. And it just has like a little rubber inside part. And then it just kind of snaps on. And I have a few pairs of these. But I just noticed it was just slipping off the needles really easily, so I had put those on there. And then, yep, and then this is my standard vanilla sock pattern with the Crazy Zauberball. And I really do like this, the colorway. It's so pretty. All right, and then that was everything in that bag. Oh, and then I had purchased this other colorway, Drops Fable. This is a purchase that I had. And I had seen this on Love Sock Wool. She was knitting with it on her podcast a long time ago. And it was color number 911. And I was like, oh, I want to look for that. And I had this coupon code from, I'm trying to remember. Oh, here it is. From loveknitting.com, and it was because they had like gave me one of my orders like really late or something like that. They lost it or something. I don't know what happened, but I had like $25 off, so I got this, which was a good deal. It was like $4 for part of the shipping, and then I had bought this opal there too. So it was like $4 total. So it was like a really good deal. So I had used that coupon code, and then I used my $25 off or whatever. So there we go. And I picked out that too. So I thought that would be fun to knit with also. So and then I made I'll just talk about random stuff now. I just made a sock notebook. I had seen Love Sock Wool, and I feel like Vegan Jilly maybe made one too. But I thought that was a good idea. Then I could look back and see what I made and what I, how I did it and how many stitches I used and all that sort of thing. So I just got this little booklet out of I have like a stack of these little notepads, and maybe I would use them to like write notes and keep it in my purse or something like that. And so I just started making, like this was my first little entry in there. I just use stickers and things. And I put in a sample of the yarn, and I kind of wrote down that I used Lala's Afterthought heel pattern, and how I made it 6.25 inches from the waist yarn to the toe decrease, and the colorway, and the size needles I used, and that sort of thing. And then, so of course I put other, can't quite see it. But like this is one of my Desert Vista socks that I have on the needles. And it's kind of nice because now I can just go back and look, especially like when I'm making my show notes or something, I can go back in and look and see, oh, I used this and that, and I can see the colorway easily. So, yeah. That's my Zauberball one that I just was telling you about. So, so I made that, and that's helpful. And then I also made a podcast group on Ravelry. So it's under Whirledpeas. There's not many people in it. It's like maybe 6 people and me. So come on in and join, and we'll have to do some sort of knit-alongs or something like that. So yeah, and it's under World Peas Knits, Whirledpeas00 Knits. Yep, on Ravelry. Okay, and then the next, the next thing I was going to talk about is my sock yarn blanket. So I didn't really knit a whole lot on my sock yarn blanket, but it is right here. I just kind of knit this top, or crocheted, excuse me, just this top kind of portion right here. Not too much, maybe from down here. So I didn't do a whole lot. I just have it. I noticed it gets all warbly when I pick this thing up and open it up. So I'll just show you that portion that I worked on. And then also I had ordered St. Patrick's Day collection of from No Makers, and I didn't get a chance to put them in my blanket yet, but they're just the mini skeins, and I balled them up. I had good intentions. So I was like, I'm gonna put them in my blanket, and then I didn't get to. So but yep, I got this one, and then I also got the Easter set at the same time, and this is the mini skein set from No Makers. And so, look at all those pretty Easter colors. So I'm going to sit down and put the rest of my, there's that Bad Bunny one in the back. Yeah, that's which one that is. So then, yeah, I'm going to sit down and put the green ones in first, I think, and then the Easter ones. And then I did a mini swap with Maureen from the Vegan Jilly swap that she did. She was like a mini skein swap. And Maureen was my partner. And she lives in Texas. And she does have a podcast, and I was going to tell you about it. Her podcast is called Simply, M-A-U-R, like Simply More, I guess, Crafting. And I did my mini skein swap with her, and this is what she sent. Oops, I thought I would show it. She sent me this little bag with a little note, and then some little gifts. She sent me a couple of teas, chamomile, and then she sent me, this is her right here. Just show her. And she's got that podcast on YouTube, so you can look her up. And then a little stitch marker, which is of Texas. And then she sent a notepad and some washi tape, which I used in my little book. And then a little M. I don't know if it's for Marie or Maureen, but one of us. And then my mini skeins. So she sent me a little bag of mini skeins. And, you know, she's a dyer, it turns out. So some of these are dyed by her. Or maybe they all are. I thought I just saw some of them were dyed by her. Oh, yeah, some of them. So, yeah, so she sent me more than 6, actually. So these are 4 of them that she sent me. And then she sent me 3 more. So thanks, Maureen. That was really nice. And I can't wait to put these in my blanket, too. So, and then I was thinking, gosh, some of these I could use, some of the green ones I could do for my St. Patrick's Day section in my blanket. So I'm going to do that. Thank you very much, Maureen. So that's kind of neat. So I wanted to show you those before I started with those. And then, now that I've piled stuff all over my notes... and the next thing I was going to tell you about was my finished objects. So, I started and finished a pair of socks, which, I didn't, for some reason, work on the socks I already had on the needles. I needed to start a new set or whatever. So, but I did this, this is it's in German, so I don't know. But it's like four square color, I'll read the English portion, of Regia. And now I'm not sure what the color number is, but there you go. I'll let you get that off of there. And these are the socks that I made. And I used a pattern, not just my standard vanilla socks. These are called Vanilla Latte socks. And it's a free pattern that I got on Ravelry. I used size 2.75 needles, and then Knitter's Pride Carbons. And I did the Afterthought heel pattern. So I did their the Vanilla Latte sock pattern, but I didn't do the heel. I like to do the Afterthought. Like, it's, I don't have to think about it or read about it or anything like that. And let's see. Oh, and in the pattern, it really is nice. So I'm going to drop one of my socks. Okay, sorry about that. In the pattern, it's like a knit 6, purl 2 on one row. So first you do your ribbing, and that's I did a knit 2, purl 2, and then after that you do you knit 6, purl 2, and then the next row around you knit, and then knit 6, purl 2, and I really like them. I haven't tried them on yet, so I mean, I know that they fit, but I haven't wore them for a day, so I'll let you know how they feel. But I would think that they're good, you know. So I really am happy with them. They're very spring-like in color. So I did that, and then I finished my slippers. So these are my slippers that I did on size 8 needles, and I used Encore acrylic yarn held double. And so these are the ones where I did, I knit them flat, and then I do knit 12, purl 1, knit 10, purl 1, knit 12. And then when I get to the point where it's the front of my foot, I just do this ribbing pattern. So, and then I sewed this together. I decreased one time, sewed it together, and then I sewed together the top. I sewed the back, and I kind of flipped them inside out to do the little, like the sewing, the mattress stitch. And then I put pom-poms on. Because, you know what? So this is my grandma's theory, who's passed away. The girls get the pom-poms, the boys get like a tie. It's like a little, we like twist this yarn together, and then it kind of folds up on itself, and then you make like a little bow tie or whatever. And so, so that's how it was always in our family. So if you were a girl, you would get pom-poms, because girls get pom-poms, boys get the tie. So that's kind of the deal with that. So I got the pom-poms, and now I have a new pair of slippers I can wear. I've kind of been waiting to wear them till I could, podcast, so I could show them to you. And then, and then I ordered something else. I ordered, which I totally needed. I ordered this Harrisville Designs, and this is, I'm going to blame the fat squirrel, Amy Beth, because then she has a podcast, and she calls herself that. Because on her podcast, she was talking about this. I was like, oh, I used to do those when I was little, and it's Harrisville Designs pot holder loom. And I think I'm going to make some noise because something's going to rattle. Okay, there we go. So I ordered this while I was sick. From Amazon, actually. I went to the website for Harrisville, and it was cheaper on Amazon, so I went on Amazon and got it. But just by a couple bucks. So I was like, well, okay. And this is the Potholder Pro, which is the bigger one. And I guess that they have different sizes. They have like a littler one, which I frankly would probably burn myself with. That little size potholder that you used to make when you were little or whatever. Because I used to make that. And I thought I would burn myself with those, so I was like, I'll get the big one, which is like 10 inches by 10 inches. And I also ordered like some pot holder loops, which it comes in this huge bag of loops. And of course, because I like white. I like white and color. I don't know why. But so I ordered white, and then I ordered this big bag, and then another bag I think came with it or something like that. So and then there's a colorful bag that came with it. I think it came with it, or it came with a different little bag. But anyway, so this is the loom itself, and so you just kind of stretch them on here like that, and then and then you weave them in and out. So that's a little bit harder of a part, but it doesn't really, it's not that hard because you have like a little tool that you do, you know, that you weave it in and out with. But the hardest part is kind of when you get to the end and you've like woven all these little stripes back and forth, and then you're on this top row and you're kind of trying to squish them down and get them in there. So anyway, that's the hardest part, but it's not that hard still. I mean, like children, like I went on YouTube and children were demonstrating how to do it. So I was like, I could probably do it. So, and I did it when I was little. I just didn't remember how to do it. And I thought I would show you my pot holders that I finished. I made a couple of them. I think this was my first one. This was some free loops that came with it, or this color. So I made that. And I really like it. I mean, it's like all cotton. It's not going to melt. Like, I think the original ones were ones that would melt. They were like made of some sort of polyester or something, nylon or something that could possibly melt. So I made this one. And then I made a little loop on the edge. And then I made, I think this one next, like Easter colors. I was like, oh, I want to make Easter ones because everything's about Easter right now in my world. So yeah, and then I made this one. And it's interesting how they're all different, you know, I mean, just, you know, just the different colors that you use make them all different. So that's neat. So so I got that, and it's just kind of like a flashback to my childhood. So that's kind of neat. So that's everything for today. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.